Hey kids, it's me, Tony, the stubborn stitcher. I cannot tell you the number of times my husband referenced me as stubborn in the past week. So, honest to gosh, that name fits. How are you? As somebody said, we got 5 solid days into 2021 till the bomb fell out. I'd like to say we've seen worse, but I really haven't seen much worse. But we'll hope that this was just stupidity, and stupidity will leave the building. That's all I'm going to say. All right. Happy second week. Oh, I guess we're starting the third week. I was going to film this yesterday or Friday, and I just didn't feel it. So, here we are. It's been the worst of times. It's been the best of times. So I guess we will start with what have I been doing stitchy-wise this week. Well, I'll show. I have a little stuff, and then I have a little tiny haul, plans, and then I will announce the winners of my very first drawing. It was so exciting. I used the random comment chooser, but I went ahead and did it, so if I screwed it up, it wasn't happening here. I would just, take a screen print. So, but that's last. So you can either watch all of this, or you can just skip ahead, be a poopy butt. But meanwhile, back at the farm. So the first thing, little ASMR sounds, is my Stitchonomy Sal, which every 3 days she releases like one little border. There's going to be, I think, 15 of them. I am ever so slightly behind. She released a new one on Friday, which I started, but I don't know. Sometimes I just need a break. Like my little brain does not function. And the little reindeer, I don't know why. My little brain was fried by the time I did it. So I'll show you what I've had so far. Let me make sure I'm centered. Yes, centered. So that's where we went. We had snowflakes, then we got trees. Then we had these little cute reindeer. And that's supposed to be a snowflake, but we'd never know it. Actually, the little noses on the reindeer are supposed to be a cross stitch. However, I was going to add them. I wasn't in the mood to do a whole bunch. And then they just looked bad, so I just made little, I don't know, it's either a pin stitch or a French knot, depending on how you want to look at it. I think they were supposed to be French knots, but not my best attempt. But they have noses, see, they have noses. They all have noses. Some of them have bigger noses than others. So see, that way they have personality. I thought they were cute. So I did this. That was fine. I started on my New Year, New Start, which was the Prim Village. But I'll tell you, I got, where's that? Nowhere fast. I mean, I worked on it a little bit the first week. So it's the one, I can't show you that. It's the chart. So, girl. Now I'm doing the individual ones. Okay. So I started on one, and these I'm using Cosmo thread. I decided I wanted to try Cosmo, which really, really, really nice thread. So soft. It's very soft. Seems to work well. But as you will see, let's see which way am I going on this. I don't even know which way this is going. I think it's going this way. I don't know. No, it's going this way. I didn't get far. It's okay. I don't really like the way it looks anyway, so we may start over. Part of the problem, okay, was the other style I'm doing is a blackwork style by Peppermint. Anyway, I talked about it last week. I didn't realize how excited I was going to be about it. So I bought, you know, the big, humongous, I bought like this huge piece of Aida, just white Aida, 14 count. It's great. Cut my little piece. And then I thought, well, should I dye it? I don't really have much in the way of, you know, materials for dyeing. But I had some tea. I thought, well, I could kind of see what I could do with maybe some green tea. Try that. Maybe give it a little background color because I had this plan. I thought I'd do it. So when I'll show you. One moment. I'm back. It fell over the arm. I'm looking here and there. I remember distinctly bringing this up. This is just how this is gone. No doubt. Anyway, so I ended up with this piece here, which I don't know if you can tell. It's a very faint, kind of leafy green. It's not bad. I mean, I'll use it for something, but it just wasn't what I wanted. So, but you know how you want to just start something? It's like, I just want to start it. I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait and go to Ann's or somewhere and get red dye or do something. I want to start it now. That's exactly what happened. So I thought, okay, fine. I'll just do it on white Aida. So, how they have it set up, it's a year-long sale. So they had a rectangle shaped pattern, and they had a square, which looks more like a diamond because it's boxed like that, okay? And then what they do is they go in and they number each of the boxes so you know each week which box you're going to be doing. And then she releases the blackwork pattern for that particular box. So there ends up being like 52 boxes. And they give you suggested colors, sort of suggested layout, where you can see like they graduate from, you know, maybe blues to greens to yellows to whatever over the course of time as you work. The square or the rectangle works very similar. The only difference is the rectangle, because it's larger, has like two open bands that you can put in whatever you want to put. Now, in addition to the rectangle and the square, she has, I mean, so much work goes into this. It's just, I think her name is Claire. It's so much work. And this is not, I mean, she has an Etsy shop or a website or something. I'll put it all down below. You can go shopping and purchase things. Just beautiful stuff. But she also had 3 different types of borders. One for the square, one for the rectangle, you know, 2 sets. And so you could do one of those, or some, amended however. Or you can design your own as long as, it's your design. Or one of her designs from one of her other pieces in her store. You just can't bring in somebody else's design to her sale. Makes sense. So, of course, because I'm stupid, I'm overachiever, I thought, well, I like the one that's all huge. So I printed that out. So it prints out with not only the border, but the boxes and everything for the whole shebang. And then what people do is, if they're using a different color set, colorway, than is suggested, they can go in for themselves and color and stuff, so they kind of can play with it and know how they want it to lay out. I kind of know how I want mine to lay out, but of course, again, I have some convoluted thing in my head, which may or may not work. So I'm not going to share it. Let's say my embarrassment if it doesn't work. So then you want to do that, and then you want to, because when you print out that way, you have to go in and number the boxes. This is week 1, week 2, and it kind of goes. It's not like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I thought, and so the outline. I mean, this is all backstitch. All blackwork is backstitch. Nothing fancy. I mean, it looks fancy, but when you break it down, it's not really fancy. It's backstitch. Now the outline, and I talked about this last week, you can just do backstitch, right? Or you can do the whole beam stitch. And you do that, the back and the front look exactly the same, because what you're doing is you're going going forward, you're not doing a back stitch, you're doing like a running stitch. They call it a double running stitch. So you go, the first time you go, like 1 to 3 to 1 to 3 to 1 to 3, whatever. And then you come back and you go 2 to 4 and 2 to 4 and 2 to 4. So you end up with a continuous line, but it looks the same. This is not the virus that can't be named. This is crummy weather. It's cold, it's rainy, the wind is blowing. I haven't had any coffee because we're out of coffee and I don't want to go to the store. Okay, back to my tale of woe. So I'm all excited to start this little puppy because my idea is my colorway is sort of like bright, kind of peacocky kind of colors. But I'm gonna do the outline in silky, because I only have to use one strand and it equals 2 threads, and they say do the outline in 2 if you're doing like DMC or something. I should have brought water up here. And then the blackwork itself is just 1 strand of floss. That's cool. Went and bought some floss because I didn't have all the colors I wanted. and some of them I kind of had to make substitutions for. So I'm all excited. Okay, now this is a year-long sale. I had plenty of time, but no, I want to get started. So cut out my piece of Ada. I have it all situated. I'm going to do it. Generally, yours truly, I usually almost always start at the top left and just work my way. No, something new. I'm gonna follow, sort of these suggested rules and start in the middle. But there's boxes, so that, I mean, it's not that hard. I mean, you're just gonna do all the boxes are either square or the rectangle, and they're all the squares are the same size, all the rectangles are the same size. So you don't have to really refer to the chart, except for, which ones are you doing? Oh, I've got my color, and I'm going to use this, one of those blendables, sulky blendables. So, okay, so it had like little peacock colors in it. I'm just doing it. I'm so excited. Looks really nice. And I, at some point, stopped, and at some point, I went back to do it. I can't remember. It's the same day, the next day, whatever. And I'm thinking, it's taking a little longer to get back around to the green part of the variegation. Because I'm an idiot. And then I'm getting, you have to keep it oriented, because if you don't, you're going to put the wrong box in the wrong space. Which, let me stop right there. Let me put things in perspective. I am what you call spatially challenged. Not spatially, spatially. Okay? You ever had a box you had to put together, and the little instructions on the side say, put flap A into flap B, and flap B to C, and C to D. I can't do those. My brain, it's like being dyslexic on how things go. Okay? Used to have to make our assistant in my office, I would go to her and say, Debbie, and she already knew. It's like, can you help me? And she would laugh at me. I don't understand that. I can't do it. It's why I'm lousy at sewing. I can't do the pattern thing, the whole, match A to B, and when you go this way or that way. I tried. I do things backwards. I'm just not good at it. Okay? I know I'm not good at it. I make allowances for the fact that I'm not good at it. And so, somewhere in the middle of putting all the boxes, I'm freaking out because I'm thinking I'm doing it wrong, and I have to go back to look at the chart, reorient, say, okay, I'm not messing up. I got this right. At some point, I realized that I somehow, instead of grabbing the one variegated one that had all the peacock colors in it, I had another variegated one that was mostly blues. So there's no greens, there's no chartreuse or whatever. I don't really want to start over. So I thought, okay, it's minimal. You're going to have all this art, black work in the middle. Maybe nobody will notice. So I think I'm going to get a quadrant done before the first the first little rectangle pattern is released on Wednesday last. So I'm all excited. So I'll show you. So, and then I'll talk you through, I'll explain this. So, this is how much I had gotten. I was all excited. And then, so what you have, the boxes have the opening, and then there's a border outside of it over the hole. So I was trying it with the yellow. You'll notice that at some point I realized stuff and I just stopped doing the whole thing. But I got this far, and I was playing around with the pattern. when it first came out, because I just was seeing how I wanted to do things. Great, groovy. You can't really tell, especially with the yellow around it. It's not really yellow. I couldn't find the chartreuse because it's a new color for DMC, so I found a yellow that had a little bit of green to it. So, but I wasn't sure how I felt about this. Well, that's not the problem. Yep, nope, not the problem. So, the problem is this. Okay, see the bottom line? The bottom line is the halfway mark. What's wrong with this picture? If I put this, I don't know if you can tell, I can get it in there, but I don't have any wiggle room. I basically have no border. So I can't use it. It's too small. And because it's square, I can't switch it around from, portrait to landscape or something like that and try to do it that way. So I am royally screwed. Okay. That's fine. That's fine. I did it about the time I decided to go to bed at like 1 in the morning. So, like, you know what? It's only week 1. I don't have to do all this. I can just do the one rectangle and be done. And then start over. And I decided I would not do variegated. I would just do a solid color. So, I do my little rectangle. I'm real good at it now. Get it finished. Grab the outline or the pattern. I forgot what I grabbed. Realized I oriented the rectangle the wrong way. I had it running vertically instead of horizontally. So let's frog the rectangle. So I did that. Which when you do that little whole bean thing, you have to kind of frog it the same way you did it. So it's like every other, and then you go back. Then what did I do? I was just like, I did something else. I can't even remember what it is because my brain was so fried. Okay? So I put it away. And I thought, by golly, I'm just not gonna think about it, and then I'm just gonna do the little thing. Thursday. I did the rectangle. Meanwhile, they had released the pattern, which when you're spatially challenged, let me just say to you, blackwork is like the hell of the spatial world, because all it is a pattern. It's a pattern. But the pattern, sometimes it looks straight, sometimes it looks round, sometimes it looks like a cup, upside down, it looks like a flower. And I have to sort of disassemble that so I know what I'm doing, because I'm going to use multiple colors. So I had to think on it, and finally, if I wait long enough, it's kind of like it goes, ooh, here are all your little separate pieces, and I could figure out, I'm going to do these first, because this is the easiest, then I'm going to do this second, and then I'm going to do the other. And I actually, because I'm such an idiot on some of them, because I can look at something, and I can see that it goes, boom, 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 boom. But when I go to stitch it, it's going. I have to do, you know, sort of that touch memory or whatever you call it, where I have to draw it so I can in my brain. I know this is long-winded, but I just really want you to see. But I got it done, and by golly, it looks good. I'm going to show you. It's just one little square. I understand it's one little square. One big hunk of Ada because I sure wasn't going to do that twice. So I have a lot of it roped up here. We will not look at the back because it does not look all pretty. But look at this. Look. Hold on. I want you to see this. It's very pretty. Look, pretty. And I do my little lines for my see that? I like it. And this was, there was a sense of accomplishment. I don't get much anymore at 63. You know, I'm not working. I'm retired. I mean, cross stitch is okay, but I mean, I already knew how to do it, and it's the same thing over and over again. But this, I had to work my little brain. But let me tell you, my brain hurt when I got done. So anyway, that's part of the reason I'm not finished with the other sow caught up, because I just couldn't look at a pattern anymore. So that's my sad but good story on this sow. The best part is, you know how it is on a sow. Everybody kind of posts pictures. By golly, I was going to post a picture of this sucker so fast. I was like, look, don't need this. So, anyway, that was my week. All that to say, that was my week. So, of course, I'm continuing on with these two. And I think I'm only going to work like one day a week on the Prim one, just because originally when I was going to do the whole set, I was going to do it in a year. So I think I'm going to feel the same way. So if I need to do something else, if I feel like compelled to do something else, I'm not wasting a lot of time for this, and vice versa. Okay. Are you still with me? Are you awake? I wanted to show you one little thing I got for a haul. My Prim, my little Prim series, I put in this little serendipity bag I bought from Backwaters shop for like $10. Okay. It's this plasticky kind of stuff that you can see through it. But I think you can sew on it. I want to say, I don't know for sure. But like this is just, somebody put a Cricut, I guess. I don't know. And I needed more bags because I didn't have a bag for this really. And I haven't really put the other in a bag. And so I went online on Amazon. And I don't need necessarily, I'm not saying I don't like project bags, because I do, but I don't have the budget to make everything a pretty project bag. So I found these. Now this was $10. This was $17. Voila. Okay. Let me tell you what you get for $17. You don't get just one. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10. Same size. No, it's bigger. It's bigger than my Serendipity bag. Get 10 of these. Same material. Has a nice little zipper pull. This doesn't have a zipper pull. These have zipper pulls. But nah. But wait. There's more. You get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Sign. Zipper pull. But wait, I'm not finished. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This size. Voila. With a little zipper pull. I got 30 bags for $8 worth. You know, I can live that it's not personalized. So I'll put the link to this set, should you be so inclined to want to buy it, down below as well. Okay. That's all I have as far as haul. I do have something coming in this week, but I didn't get it before I filmed this. Okay, now comes the best part. To remind you, I was doing 2 giveaways. One for this Orenco Original, and one for this lavender and lace. Okay, so I did, like I told you guys, I did the random comment one, and here are the winners. For the Orenco Original, the winner is that's right, Hopping Frog Hobbies. Yay! You want something? Okay. And the winner for the lavender and lace is Tracy Jameson. That was fun. Okay, I never did figure out how to do stupid little forms. My little brain was too hurt by the end of the week, and I just was like, you know what? It's only 2. DM me on my Instagram account, which is _stubborn stitcher. I'll put it down below. Give me your address, and or you know who you are. You want me to send it to your YouTube name, or do you want me to use a real name? And I will get these out to you, and you can start stitching them. And then I want to see pictures sometime in my lifetime. I know how it goes. Anyway, that was fun. Congratulations to you both. That was my week. I'm looking forward to next week. Now I kind of know the lay of the land on the south for the blackwork. I know what to expect. I liked it. Once I figured out kind of how to work through it, I really did like it. And stitching it was easy peasy because it's backstitch. So that's it. That's all I have. What are my plans? Well, to work on the two sows mostly. I may work on the prim. I need to work on my little bee. I need to do that because it's small. I need to get it done. I do need to work on my Jean Farish Hearts Come Home at Christmas. I do want to get that done, mostly so I can get it done. What else? That's it. You know, I know some people were like more upset than others about what happened Wednesday. It was upsetting. But you know, you can't let it get to you. You know, there are, what I found is about every 50 or 60 years, we as a country seem to go through some sort of upheaval of some sort. And the vast majority, I hope, are reasonable people. You have crazies on both sides, on both extremes, on extremes we don't even know about, that will do stupid stuff. No, I don't think they were handled equally to others who have done things for a more noble cause. But it does spark the discussion, and I think there's just a lot of discussions people need to have, and if nothing else, all of this has shown the fractures. Now, there is a art method, and I forget the name of it, in Japan, that they use. Let's say you have a favorite piece of pottery. Pottery can break. But instead of throwing away the piece of pottery, replacing the piece of pottery, what they do is they take those broken pieces and put them back and repair it with gold, so that it's obvious where it broke, but it's been refined and repaired with the finest of materials. And it then becomes its own object of beauty. So I want to be hopeful that that's what's going to happen here, that we come out of it better than we went into it, and again can be an example of what happens when a people unite. So that's what you need to hold on to. Somebody I know was doing stabbing stitches or something, which sounded dangerous. I would opt for felting. It's probably a little safer. Or meditative stitching. Sometimes you just need to be quiet. I'll take a deep breath and figure out what we need to do and do it. We'll see how that works. Anyway, stay safe. The numbers in my state are still going out the roof. They have found cases of the more communicable strain of the virus that shall not be named. So I'm trying to lay low as much as possible. So I don't get out much, except to grocery shop and, me and the other old people early in the morning. So y'all stay safe, wear your masks, stay your distance, whatever. Try not to take over a government if you can. And I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.